I forgot this is the driver that pretty much started, well, all of it. Until I saw this driver in person, I completely forgot about my relationship with this particular model and how far we've come as a channel, as a person, now a father, over the last 3 years since I last picked up one of these clubs. And I'm very excited to be able to hit, test and try 2022 version, as the last one was quite a bit older. And can I just say, arguably this is the most beautiful driver face I have ever seen. Probably helped by the fact that I just nutted it straight out the middle. But there's probably a good reason why it looks so good, because this thing right here is not cheap. About 3 years ago, I found a job lot on Facebook Marketplace. And when I found that job lot, I had no idea where that kind of content was going to take me. And to be honest, that is virtually the framework of everything that I've done since then. Finding good, affordable, unique golf clubs at very good value, try them, test them, enjoy them, and then if you don't like them, well, move them on for a profit, or essentially just get your money back. Don't bounce out the back, and that's exactly what it did. But I've learned an incredible amount since then. I had no idea if they were fake or genuine. Realistically, the only way I could check the price or know the price was eBay, and I'd never really used eBay before, and that was one of my big lessons. Certifying clubs, and then ultimately how much clubs go for in the second-hand market. And without that first purchase of £200 and that initial Honda set, well, we wouldn't realistically be here today. And then since giving away that Honda set, I haven't come in contact with another version of it since, because they are extremely rare, especially in this country. But there is a reason why I'm making this video again, because don't get me wrong, I normally look at the budget side of golf equipment. However, having this manufacturer and particularly this brand that they produce on your radar can definitely benefit you in the future, as it is relatively unknown in the golf community. And everything that I learned from that first set that I got in my hands definitely proved useful, well, over the next 2 years or so. It feels exactly like the old one, and I love that thing. And essentially got me to this place. We are a few days away from getting the keys to my new unit, where I'm going to be doing second-hand club fitting and coaching and general advice, streaming, podcasting, everything to do with the business, and obviously a place to situate myself. And thank you to everyone that's got in touch and bought the first 100 vouchers. I'm getting a plaque made to go pride of place in the unit. We sold 40 or so, which is incredible, and obviously they're going to be the first people in the unit to use it for lessons, club fits, you name it. And if you are interested in that, it is £50 for 1 hour, whether there's a lesson or a club fit. Email me at sasgolfacademy@gmail.com. Hey, frozen par, get in there. And to be fair, that support has always been there from you guys, and that was all too apparent when the pandemic hit. I started working for Hermes because obviously I just left my job, gone fully self-employed, potentially doing YouTube full time, and then everything shut down. But for me personally, it was a great time in my life. My daughter had just been born. She was about 3 months old. I got to spend loads of time at home, and then I got to travel around, well, virtually everywhere, buying second-hand clubs. Second-hand prices have obviously gone through the roof. It was great content for the channel, so I could show you guys, especially the newer beginners, because there was a massive influx of people into the game, as golf was one of the first sports that you could play. And through the combination of all of that, I learned an incredible amount while still having a lot of time at home with my new little family. There goes a Red Bull. This driver's rubbish. And in reality, without buying and selling clubs, over that year and a half period, I wouldn't have been able to buy the house that I'm currently in at the moment. We turned over about £60,000, £25,000 worth of profit alongside my YouTube, because obviously I wasn't able to teach throughout that period, and obviously a tiny bit of money from my Hermes driving as well to get us through. But now I think back to it, this all started from that Honda driver that I picked up, and it was almost fate, considering I've been talking about second-hand club fitting and everything else for just as long. Beautiful. Golf is the most fascinating sport in the world. -4 degrees, frozen green, ground, driver, 6-iron, and that's the closest I've been to on this par 5 all year. The best bit is I didn't even bother bringing my putter because I wasn't going to worry about putting on the greens. What a great finish to 2022. I just remembered I lost the first shot off the tee. Oh well, decent par. The Honma Beres Black came out this year, and the 1-star, i.e. no stars at the back here, and obviously they do get more expensive. 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, and realistically that's just in terms of the amount of the aesthetic embellishment on the driver more than the performance. The ones back in the day I believe I had were 3-star, but even at 1-star, this is retailed at £1,000, and you can see them actively being sold on eBay around that price. And massive thank you to Replay Golf for letting me out on the golf course with this today, as they had got a hold of a whole demo kit of them. Tons of 3-star, 4-star, irons, drivers, woods, you name it. Hence why some of them have been reshafted and you haven't got the original ferrule on the Honma driver, as you can see here, and hence why they're selling them at a reasonable price. And the reason I say reasonable is that this is £299. Hasn't got the ferrule, hasn't got the original head cover, but this is a £1,000 driver. And the reason that I love the second-hand market is that if you wait, if you're patient, or if you're in the know, you can play with some of the most exclusive kit in our game at a fraction of what it originally would cost. And I've got a great relationship with the boys at Replay Golf. They lend me tons of equipment that I get to try and test that I think is great value for you guys. And in return, obviously, I just say I got it from Replay Golf, and very rarely do I say go and buy this specific club from them. But there's not many of these out there, and I know $299 is an expensive driver, and this won't be the best performing driver potentially for you either. I even made a video the other day on the Epic series with the new Paradigm Callaway driver coming out, and you can get a gleaming Epic Speed driver for £180, £190 with the right shaft and head that'll probably blow this out the water. I think I might have found the flaw of the red golf ball in the winter. Can you spot what it is? Right, orange Dunlop, it is. The reason that I know these hold their price is because the exact same driver that I bought 3 years ago, and that was still probably about 4 years old as well from there, is that they're still selling for £250, £300. Admittedly, they're the 2-star, 3-star versions, but this is a 2022 driver. And what I've seen with all Honma equipment, especially over the last 2-3 years, is that it loses a huge amount of its value in terms of brand new when it first comes out in the second-hand market. And the only reason that I can see that being is if you're buying this type of driver in the first place, brand new, you're not going to bother selling it second-hand, nor do you want to potentially buy this second-hand because you have the money and you might as well get club fitted for it. So now we're here to present day 2022, coming in 2023, lots of plans, a lot of exciting stuff. And to be honest, this driver is as good as the one that I tested way back when, mainly because I think I'm willing it to be good. Would I buy one at £1,000? I think you know the answer. But it's light, it's forgiving, it's unbelievably good looking, and I'm not just talking about this one. If you ever have the chance to pick up any Beres driver, whether it's 5, 6, 7 years old, I highly recommend trying it and testing it, as you start to realise how overcomplicated some drivers have got over the years. Whereas if you just stick to simple, good looking design, this one definitely sounds better than the older models. Well, ultimately, it's your technique in golf swing that does a majority of the talking. Guys, if you like this video, you might want to check out the Ping Golf Club that was overpriced, which I thought initially, but maybe a good investment. Catch you guys later.